last 2 games of last year without a catch, and the first game of this year not much, and then all of a sudden you're everywhere the other day. How does that happen? How does it ebb and flow that much?
Playing receiver, you never know what's going to happen. You just go out there. I mean, you just run your route, and you just trust that the quarterback's going to make the right throw, and he's going to put it where it's supposed to be. And I mean, last week, if you would asked me, I would have thought I would have had maybe 5 catches. I had 2. This week, I would have thought the same, and I had 11. So you never know how many you're going to have going into the game.
Coach Drinkwitz did say, though, that their goal was to hopefully get you more involved. Did you have a feeling going into the game, though, you were going to be a bigger part of it, hopefully?
Yeah, I figured I would get a couple more touches, but I didn't expect that many.
Was it frustrating at all, particularly the end of last year? You were having a great year, and then all of a sudden you weren't getting the ball?
It really wasn't so much frustrating because I felt like it was best for the team because we were still winning games. So I feel like if the outcome is if we're still winning, that's the ultimate goal at the end of the day for everyone.
You've talked for so long about becoming a complete receiver, and you look at the 11 catches were all kinds of different situations all over the field. Is that the way you want it to look, kind of the way you visualize it, that it would look?
That is. I feel like I'm making a couple of strides in becoming a more complete receiver, and I think it's finally paying off and it's showing out there on the field.
2 or 3 of those at least were over the middle, not necessarily the place you send a 5'5" wide receiver normally. Those mean a lot to you to be able to make those kind of plays?
Yeah, I mean, all the time in practice, I run them. I mean, I'm particularly not scared to go across the middle. I have no problem with it.
With Finley, I mean, a lot of fans were kind of disappointed with the interceptions and stuff. But what are you guys inside the huddle, the locker room, seen in him these first couple games, and what's your confidence in him moving forward?
I feel like he's right now he's feeling his way through. I feel like last year Grant had to do the same thing. I mean, he's got to get comfortable. This is his first year starting, so I feel like he's going to come into his own. He's going to be where he needs to be.
Coach Harsin was saying, you look at the 2 games he's played so far, a Pac-12 team and BYU. It's not like he's going up against cupcakes.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I feel like we should see a lot better play this week. And receivers, as a receiving core, we're going to make sure we at least try to start knocking some of these balls down that have a chance to get picked.
In the fourth quarter, the last 2 games, offense has kind of struggled, and it almost bit you in the Washington game. It did last week. When you guys are trying to run the clock out there and put a drive together and kind of salt away the game, and you can't do it, I guess how disappointing has that been, especially against BYU, and how do you change that to finish it off next time it comes up?
I mean, yeah, it hurts his offense, but we practice it every week, and we just got to go out there and we just got to continue to be detailed. We can't allow those penalties to get us.
The one where he caught it behind his back, how did you do that?
So I open my body, I go up with 2 hands, and he tackles me. And when he tackles me, he takes one of my arms off the ball. So I try to pin the ball in the back of his shoulder, and I was praying that he did not wiggle too much so he would knock the ball out. And he kind of, when he was in between me, he was stuck right there. He stayed right there, so I was able to hold on to it with 1 hand.
Where did that catch rank?
You actually thought about, I'm going to pin the ball against his shoulder?
Yeah, because I didn't have my other hand, so that was the only way I could hold it.
Where does that one rank all the time?
I don't even know. I'm not sure.
The third down conversions, I think you guys were 2 for 12 in the last game, and I think Coach Drink said that 8 of them were at least 10 yards that you had to get. So does it come down to being better on first and second down, I guess, and how do you kind of keep the chains moving and get those third downs?
I think it definitely comes down to playing behind the chains. We can't have penalties on first and second down because then we're playing behind the chains, and then you have to put up with 3rd and 10, 3rd and 7. So if we're not there, if we're not at 3rd and 7 and we don't have that penalty, we're at 3rd and 2, which is much more reasonable down distance.
Is that the biggest thing in terms of missing that consistency? Is that the thing bogging you guys down the most, do you think?
Yes, I definitely think it's the details.
How eager or anxious are you guys to just get back out there Friday? I know Coach Harsin said yesterday he wishes the game was sooner than Friday. I mean, you guys ready to get back out there?
Yeah, we are. I'm definitely ready to get back out there. I feel like we do have something to prove. We coming off a loss, we got to be 1-0 this week.
Sunday, I guess Darian was saying Sunday's practice started a little sluggish. You guys got back late and stuff. I mean, how have you kind of noticed the last couple of days? You guys putting this behind you and trying to move forward?
We have a 24-hour rule. You got 24 hours, watch the game, feel sorry for yourself, whatever you need to do, and then after that, it's on to the next opponent, and that's how I feel. I feel everybody's on Idaho State.
Was the first 24 hours pretty rough?
It was tough, yeah. Especially going down social media and seeing all that. So it's over with. We're on to the next team.
Is that tough? I mean, you guys are college students. You see fans upset and stuff like that, and you're going through there. I mean, What is that like after the game where you try to ignore it, but then you do see some of that stuff? Does it hurt your feelings? Or?
Me personally, no. I'm not really big on that. It's not a big deal. I mean, we play the game. They watch it, so that's what it is.
Idaho State, what have you seen on film from them?
They all play together. They play as a unit. And so we're going to have to be detailed, just like it kind of hurt us last week. So we're going to make sure we focus on that in practice.
When you see Washington State and some of these other teams lose to these FCS teams, does it do anything? Do you take notice of those scores and say that, hey, just it doesn't matter what level they're at, if anybody can get you on any given day?
Yeah, I just feel like they kind of look them over, and I feel like we're not doing that because we're trying to go 1-0 this week. That's our goal.
You guys were on a 90-minute second half touchdown drought dating to last year until the third quarter.